Good morning and welcome back to Fox 40 Morning News. A full-time obstetrician and gynecologist whose passion for writing sparked into a literary career as well. Dr. Darden North joins us this morning to tell us about his fourth thriller novel, Wiggle Room. Good morning, Dr. North. Thank you for coming on Fox 40 to explain this to us.
Thanks, Brandon. This is my fourth novel, Wiggle Room, and it is explores the complication of a physician who is faced with dealing with the non-medical forces when treating patients in the war zone over in Iraq. And then the story comes back to the United States, Mississippi, in fact, and I explore the nuances of practicing medicine here, particularly when you get romance involved.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. So obviously, do most of your novels they focus on somebody with a medical background?
Well, they're medical mysteries per se, but they're not novels about dinosaurs or genetic viruses or things like that. The characters happen to be in the medical field, and they have a lot of social interaction, a lot of people are dying all around them, and they're trying to find out why, and sort of a lot of whodunits involved. Obviously.
Well, when did you kind of get the bug to want to start writing?
I was editor of the Ole Miss Annual way back in 1978, and met my wife that way and got interested in the publishing business. And then when my kids got old enough that I wasn't so involved with homework at night, I had time to write. So my first novel came out in 2005, and I now have four books out and have started a fifth.
So you've always kind of had that passion for writing?
I think I saw certainly a lot of Mississippi authors have done well through the years, and I didn't see a physician who was writing, and we doctors sort of feel like we can do anything sometimes, so I decided to tackle that as well.
All right, you vaguely mentioned or referenced Michael Crichton there, but what about John Grisham? As a Mississippian, do you kind of find inspiration with his work?
Well, I think so, and I've sort of reached out from Mississippi and met a lot of writers and authors at different writing conferences who've been very, very supportive, and have read my work and have given me blurbs, which are very, very helpful, and learned a lot from these guys too, those guys as well.
How have you grown as a writer? I mean, from one novel to the next, and now you're your fourth.
What I've learned that each sentence in a thriller is important. You have to just really provide each character with a lot of conflict, emotional conflict, romantic conflict, financial conflict, and that's what drives a story. You really can't waste a sentence in a book. The readers want to be thrilled at every sentence, every page, and I think I've definitely done this with this book. And a lot of people are saying that Wiggle Room is my best one, and fortunately, a lot of people have liked all of them, so I've been very blessed with that.
Now, when an idea kind of sprouts up in your head, how long does it take to kind of get it to this point?
I actually got the idea of Wiggle Room at a book signing in Louisiana. Something a man told me about his son who'd been over in Iraq, and have no military experience at all, so I did a lot of interviewing with people who did, and they were very, very helpful to me. And started with a very weak outline and sort of let it kind of grow organically from there, and just let the characters take me on a story and see where they went.
When you're writing a book, does it end the way you thought when you first started it?
No. In fact, the real bad bad guy or bad girl in Wiggle Room was not the original bad person. And I decided the character that I was going to be the one at the end, I really liked that character and decided to keep that character around, so I changed things at the end.
So it's kind of an adventure for you as you're writing it.
That's what makes it interesting.
Okay, very quickly, you're going to be in town signing some books, and where's it on sale?
I'll be at Lemuria this afternoon at 5 with a reading to follow. That's at Banner Hall on I-55, and they'll have books there. You can also get books online. You can go to my website, dardennorth.com. It gives you a lot of other choices about bookstores, and get out there and read and support your local bookstore.
All right, excellent. We have the information on your screen, dardennorth.com. Dr. North, thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Brandon.